Okay, good afternoon. We're back with First Samuel. First Samuel chapter 1. Elkanah, Elkanah and his family. Excuse me. There was a man named Elkanah who lived in Ramah in the hill country of Ephraim. He was the son of Jeroham and the grandson of Elihu. Again, sorry for mispronouncing these. From the family of Tohu and the clan of Zuph. Elkanah had two wives, Hannah and Peninnah. Peninnah had children, while Hannah did not. Each year, Elkanah and his family would travel to Shiloh to worship and sacrifice to the Lord Almighty at the tabernacle. The priests of the Lord of that time were the two sons of Eli, Hophniah and Phinehas. On the day Elkanah presented his sacrifice, he would give portions of the sacrifice to Peninnah and each of her children, but he gave Hannah a special portion because he loved her very much, even though the Lord had given her no children. But Peninnah had made fun of Hannah because the Lord had closed her womb. Year after year, it was the same. Peninnah would taunt Hannah as they went to the tabernacle. Hannah would finally be reduced to tears and would not even eat. "What's the matter, Hannah?" Man, sorry. Excuse me. Elkanah would say, "Why aren't you eating? Why so sad just because you have no children? You have me. Isn't that better than having 10 sons? Hannah's prayer for a son. Once when they were at Shiloh, Hannah went over to the tabernacle after supper to pray to the Lord. Eli the priest was sitting at his customary place beside the entrance. Hannah was in deep anguish, crying bitterly as she prayed to the Lord, and she made this vow: "O Lord Almighty, if you will look down upon my sorrow and answer my prayer and give me a son, then I will give him back to you. He will be yours for his entire lifetime, and as a sign that he has been dedicated to the Lord, his hair will never be cut." As she was praying to the Lord, Eli watched her. Seeing her lips moving, but hearing no sound, he thought she had been drinking. "Must you come here drunk?" he demanded. "Throw away your wine." "Oh, no, sir," she replied. "I'm not drunk, but I am very sad, and I was pouring out my heart to the Lord. Please don't think I'm a wicked woman, for I have been praying out of great anguish and sorrow." "In that case," Eli said, "cheer up. May the God of Israel grant the request you have asked of him." "Oh, thank you, sir," she explained. Then she went back and began to eat again, and she was no longer sad. Samuel's birth and dedication. The entire family got up early the next morning and went to worship the Lord once more. Then they returned home to Ramah. When Elkanah slept with Hannah, the Lord remembered her request, and in due time she gave birth to a son. They named him Samuel, for she said, "I asked the Lord for him." The next year, Elkanah, Peninnah, and their children went on their annual trip to offer a sacrifice to the Lord, but Hannah did not go. She told her husband, "Wait until the baby is weaned. Then I will take him to the tabernacle and leave him there with the Lord permanently." "Whatever you think is best," Elkanah agreed. "Stay here for now, and may the Lord help you keep your promise." So she stayed home and nursed the baby. When the child was weaned, Hannah took him to the tabernacle in Shiloh. They brought along a 3-year-old bull for the sacrifice and half a bushel of flour and some wine. After sacrificing the bull, she took the child to Eli. "Sir, do you remember me?" Hannah said. "I am the woman who stood here several years ago praying to the Lord. I asked the Lord to give me this child, and he has given me my request. Now I am giving him to the Lord, and he will belong to the Lord his whole life." And they worshiped the Lord there. Hannah's prayer of praise. 1 Samuel chapter 2. Then Hannah prayed, "My heart rejoices in the Lord, and oh how the Lord has blessed me. Now I have an answer for my enemies as a delight in your deliverance. So no one is holy like the Lord. There is no one beside you. There is no rock like our God. Stop acting so proud and haughty. Don't speak with such arrogance. The Lord is a God who knows your deeds, and he will judge you for what you have done. Those who were mighty are mighty no more. And those who were weak are now strong. Those who were well fed are now starving, and those who are starving are now full. The barren woman now has 7 children, but the woman with many children will have no more. The Lord brings both death and life. He brings some down to the grave, but raises others up. The Lord makes one poor and another rich. He brings one down and lifts another up. He lifts the poor from the dust, yes, from a pile of ashes. He treats them like princes, placing them in seats of honor. For all the earth is the Lord's, and he has set the world in order. He will protect his godly ones, but the wicked will perish in darkness. No one will succeed by strength alone. Those who fight against the Lord will be broken. He thunders against them from heaven. The Lord judges throughout the earth. He gives mighty strength to the king. He increases the might of his anointed one. Then Elkanah and Hannah returned home to Ramah without Samuel, and the boy became the Lord's helper, for he assisted Eli the priest. Eli's wicked sons. Now the sons of Eli were scoundrels who had no such respect for the Lord or for their duties as priests. Whenever anyone offered a sacrifice, Eli's sons would send over a servant with a 3-pronged fork. While the meat of the sacrificed animal was still boiling, the servant would stick the fork into the pot and demand that whatever is brought up be given to Eli's son. All the Israelites who came to worship at Shiloh were treated this way. Sometimes the servant would even come before the animal's fat had been burned on the altar. He would demand raw meat before it had been boiled so that it could be used for roasting. The man offering the sacrifice might reply, "Take as much as you want, but the fat must first be burned." Then the servant would demand, "No, give it to me now, or I'll take it by force." So the sin of these young men were very serious in the Lord's sight, for they treated the Lord's offerings with contempt. Now Samuel, though only a boy, was the Lord's helper. He wore a linen tunic just like that of the priest. Each year his mother would make a small coat for him and brought it to him when she came with her husband for the sacrifice. Before they returned home, Eli would bless Elkanah and his wife, then say, "May the Lord give you other children to take the place of this one she gave to the Lord." And the Lord gave Hannah 3 sons and 2 daughters. Meanwhile, Samuel grew up in the presence of the Lord. Now Eli was very old, but he was aware of what his sons were doing to the people of Israel. He knew, for instance, that his sons were seducing the young women who assisted at the interest of the tabernacle. Eli said to them, "I have been hearing reports of the people around the wicked things you are doing. Why do you keep sinning? You must stop, my sons. The reports I hear among the Lord's people are not good. If someone sins against another person, God can mediate for guilty party, but if someone sins against the Lord, who can intercede?" But Eli's sons wouldn't listen to their father, for the Lord was already planning to put them to death. Meanwhile, as the young Samuel grew taller, he also continued to grow favor with the Lord and with the other people. Let's see if I could get this done in a warning of Eli's family. One day a prophet came to Eli and gave him this message from the Lord. "Didn't I reveal myself to your ancestors when the people of Israel were slaves in Egypt? I chose your ancestor Aaron from among all his relatives to be my priest, to offer sacrifices on my altar, to burn incense, and to wear the priestly garments as he served me. And I assigned the sacrificial offerings to your priests. So why do you scorn my sacrifices and offerings? Why do you honor your sons more than me? For you and they have become fat from the best offerings of my people. Therefore the Lord, the God of Israel, says, the terrible things you are doing cannot continue. I had promised that your branch of the tribe of Levi would always be my priest, but I will honor only those who honor me, and I will despise those who despise me. I will put an end to your family, so it will no longer serve as my priest. All the members of your family will die before their time. No one will live to a ripe old age. You will watch with envy as I pour out prosperity on the people of Israel, but no members of your family will ever live out their days. Those who are left alive will live in sadness and grief, and their children will die a violent death. And to prove that what I have said will come true, I will cause your 2 sons, Hophni and Phinehas, to die the same day. Then I will raise up a faithful priest who will serve me and do what I tell them to do. I will bless these descendants, and his family will be priests to my anointed kings forever. Then all your descendants will bow before his descendants, begging for money and food. Please, they will say, give us jobs among the priests, so we will have enough to eat. Okay, with that, I'll be back with chapter 3.